Hello everyone, this is the Archfiend here, and welcome to another one of my rant videos. Now, I hope you guys have, been able to get by. I haven't made a video in a week, but it's for a good reason. I had to actually collect some materials over the past week to help reinforce the point I'm going to be trying to make here, so let's just get right to it. This right here, I'm sure many of you recognize this. This is junk mail. This is actually just some of the junk mail that I've received in the past week. This is mail that I will never consider opening. It's mail that gets sent to me on a regular, if not semi-daily basis. I'm not going to make this rant, bitching about how much of this I get and, shit like that. Rather, I'm going to be arguing, why the hell do I get the shit that I do get? So, like I said, this is stuff that is just never going to see the light of day, and it always just ends up in a fire pit in the backyard. So, few things I want to go over that piss me off. Let me just grab a few examples here of junk mail I received. This is something from the Chase banking financing company or whatever. They make credit cards. This is an application form for one of their credit cards. I mean, it looks like a pretty good deal. I mean, it's 0% APR for up to 12 months. Earn 3% back on eligible business expenses. Yeah, that's pretty cool and all. But that could be why I already have one of those goddamn cards. Okay, this is the point that I'm making. Companies don't even think about what the hell they're sending out. They're just sending out junk mail for the sake of sending out junk mail. Why would I want this shit? I've been a member since 2002. I don't need to reapply for the same goddamn card that I already have. I mean, I remember when I first bought my new car a couple years ago, the dealership that I bought the car from starts sending me junk mail on a persistent basis, saying, hey, come on in, we got, great low rates on this year's new cars. What the hell do I want a new car for? I just bought one. Okay, granted, I might have, a wife or, a kid that's, getting ready to go to college or whatever. But I don't, so I don't need your stupid-ass junk mail. And that's my point here, people. People send out shit that people don't need. And it's stuff like that that increases tuition rates for colleges, it increases financing rates for credit card companies, because this shit is not free for companies to send out. It costs thousands upon thousands of dollars for companies to make and send out this junk mail. Okay? Here's something. Here's a clever little one. This is something from Strayer University. I'm sure you guys have heard of this, because I sure as hell haven't. And oh, look at that. They're located 15 miles from my house. Boy, I bet this is pretty legitimate. Anyways, on the front of it, though, this is what I really have a beef with. On the front of it here, it says, the average salary of a person with a bachelor's degree is 60.7% higher than a person with just a high school diploma. Like, cereal? Is that true? Could that be why I already have a goddamn bachelor's degree and I don't need your shit-ass college acceptance form? What is this shit? I mean, I'm sorry, Strayer University, but I will have to decline, filling out. I mean, I'm not even sure you exist, so I'm just not going to give you the light of day. Speaking of colleges, this is something that gets sent to me on a pretty consistent basis. Okay? This is from the university that I went to, and I'm going to, let them remain nameless here, because, I don't really feel like picking on them, but oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to stretch there. So, yeah, the college that I went to sends these out. These are verification address forms. Okay? They just basically want to keep track of the alumni from their school and, make sure their records are up to date. Not only is this shit mailed to me on at least 2 to 3 times a month, but it gets emailed to me, too. And on top of that, I correspond with the emails, since that's the easiest mode of transportation for them to get my data confirmed or denied or accepted or changed, whatever. Why do they have to keep sending this shit out? Like I said before, this stuff isn't free. This is why, books cost a little bit more each year, why dorm costs and tuition and everything else. All this stuff cuts into the overhead. and shit like this should not be made anymore. Okay? You know, we're the quote-unquote smart ones that graduated from your school. Okay? Well, we can notify you if we have a change of address. You know, we're pretty intelligent. Anyways, the biggest thing that pisses me off, and it actually doesn't involve me, it involves my sister. Okay? My sister, now, she hates her first name, and she's going to hate the fact that I'm going to say it here. Anyways, we call her Mandy. Her middle name is Amanda. The first name that my parents gave her is the cause of what I'm going to be covering my next point. Her first name is Jamie. Okay? Sorry, Mandy, I had to tell the world your first name. She doesn't like this name because she feels like, you know, it's too middle of the road. It's not quite a guy's name. It's not quite a girl's name. It's, you know, kind of half and half. Amanda, that's more, you know, a feminine name and more fitting for a girl. So we call her Mandy. The thing, like I said, that really pisses me off most about this junk mail is that she constantly gets mail addressed to Mr. Jamie. Okay? I mean, could these companies that at least send out this junk mail do an ounce of research and find out at least the goddamn gender of the person you're sending the mail to? I mean, you know what she does with that mail? I mean, to everyone that sends her that mail, she takes it in the backyard, puts it on the ground, and she has a little pug about this big, the pug named Zoe, and she lets it piss and shit on the mail because she despises any company that addresses her as a guy. And you know what? I would do the same thing too if I had mail addressed to a Mrs. instead of a Mr. So yeah, she takes it out back, Zoe pisses and shits on it, and she lights it on fire. I know, she's a bit of a pyromaniac. What can I say? It runs in the family. But I don't blame Mandy for being mad. She has a right to be. But this is what I'm talking about, people. These companies need to think about what they're doing. Make your company spend less money. I mean, shit like this doesn't need to be done. And you're insulting people like my sister on top of it. But, anyways, I don't know. How do you people feel about spam mail? I mean, not just spam mail or email, junk mail. Does it possibly ever serve a vital or potentially good purpose? I think pretty much everyone has an email, and we can just cut out the junk mail. It's not worth it. Plus, it's causing the U.S. Post Office to, you know, have more volume. And boy, must their volume be big, because people like me get junk mail out the goddamn wazoo. So, I hope you've enjoyed this rant. A little bit lower tone than I usually make things, but don't worry, I got some more spicy stuff in the future. And Mandy, sorry about all that junk mail. I feel for you. I really do. Have a good day, people.